Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cotton Candy Doll. If you're new here, then welcome. Welcome all. Hi, this is a shifting video. You might hear some noises in the background. You might hear some insanely happy laughter. I am going to jump right into what happened. I'm going to talk about my time at Anime STL. I had a lot of fun at the Honey Teammate Cafe. I don't know if any of you guys were there. If you were there, please write down in the comments below and I'll give a shout out to you. I did my Pokemon dance while I was there. I was gonna do my JoJo performance, but I actually forgot about that. So I don't know how I forgot. I just got so busy. I just it was just me by myself at the table, so I couldn't leave and I didn't feel comfortable leaving like my customers alone while I tried to do anything. So there's that too. If you went to Anime STL, don't forget to comment below. Tell me what type of activities you did, and I'll tell you maybe if I was there, like hidden in the crowd. Also, some of you may not recognize me because I probably wasn't wearing my wig. I took it off a couple times. I even had on a different colored wig at one point. I cosplayed Fem Ash Ketchum. I basically had my nails painted the same color as my heels, which are basically like silver wedges with like sparkles on the bottom. And so I got to do my performance. So if you were there at Anime STL, either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you probably saw me. And like I said, you probably didn't recognize me um, if I wasn't wearing my wig. So, and that's the idea, is for me to keep my identity sort of secret. Like I doubt you'd know what I look like without it. So yeah, there's that too. So I'm gonna say this one thing about my trip back to my hero. I had my time with Frodo, and you guys know I don't really share those videos. And then I went back again. Then the second time I went back was to see Toshinori. And so I was trying to think of a pet name that I can call him when I saw him. Something cute. And I thought of Bunny because his hair sticks up like this. So I thought it'd be really cute. Um, it would be a really cute pet name to give him. And so I had that in my head as I was on my way to his house. By the way, I did. Yeah, this is me shifting there. Okay, I know I didn't say like when I shifted back or anything like that, but and I just kind of jumped like right into the story. So I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. Okay, so I had this whole idea about coming up with a pet name for him, and maybe he'd come up with a pet name for me. I have to put up with the light being in my face, but this is the only way I can get like the light to be like light. Anyway, back to what happened. So I get to Toshinori's house. I knock on the door. He doesn't really answer. I hear nothing. Then I hear footsteps, like walking around the inside. So I knock again. I'm like, hello. And then I go to open the door and it's like locked. So I knock again for like the third time. Finally, Toshinori comes running to the door. Sorry, here. Um, I didn't mean to leave you waiting a long time. And he like swings the door open. He goes, oh, that's because this your day to have Frodo? And I'm like, no, I actually came to see you. He goes, oh, that's right. I was sitting for a while, and I'm like, oh, you actually have Frodo here? Like I don't really run into Toshinori a lot with my child because, for one, I just never. Once in a while we do, but he doesn't really keep him by himself anymore after all these incidents that happened before. So he tries to be like, I guess he's trying to like bond with him more. Does he have that? So I was quite surprised to see it. So as soon as Frodo saw me, he got up and he started running over. So he ran over, he gave me a hug, and I gave him star kisses. I call them star kisses because it's like I make like this noise and I do this. And I kiss him on, I kiss my baby. And so like and it's the funniest thing in the world. Like he laughs and laughs. His laugh is like so like very like angelic, like I don't know, like very. He has a very angelic like kid like laugh because he's still like really really like young like baby. So that's basically Someone leaving? I think someone's leaving. Sorry, I had to I had to stop for a minute and listen. I'm just checking. So yeah, he had like that little laugh that babies have. It's so freaking cute. And I'm like, go play. He runs over, he's playing with his toys. And I guess Toshinori is waiting for Endeavor to come get him. So, yeah, I guess that's who he thought I was at the door. Toshinori is like, hi. I'm like, hey. So I hug him, I give him a kiss. And so Toshinori goes and sits on the couch. And he's like, I'm going to find something for us to watch. That way we can cuddle today on the couch. How does that sound? Does that sound good to you? And I'm like, yeah, it sounds great. Just cuddling with you. Yeah, I would love to bond with you that way. It's not like I came to get any, you know, I can ask for, because I can ask bluntly for like love milk, but I didn't really need to. I just really wanted to be close to him and spend time with him. So he's sitting there, he's flipping through, he's talking about what we're going to do. And Frodo looks at me, he makes a frowny face and makes his teeth come out, which I don't know if you guys remember. Frodo has really sharp teeth and his really pointy teeth. And he starts running toward me with his mouth open, like this, like he's gonna, like he's gonna bite me. Yeah. And I didn't do, I've heard about this, okay? My baby is not a good, he's not a good baby. Frodo is not a good baby. Okay. He behaves like a villain. I hate to say it, he does. And I told him we have to correct this behavior. Frodo starts running toward me, his mouth wide open. So I'm standing there, I'm waiting for him to get to me because when Frodo gets to me and he's like that with his mouth open, I'm gonna pop him in the mouth because you're not gonna pretend to bite me. Like he's going around pretending to bite people. And it's only a matter of time until he actually does. And then we get someone who gets infected. And then if they get infected, then who's that? And then if sorry, I was just noticing something out my window. And then if he gets infected, then what happens if he accidentally bites another kid or something like that? Then the kid vanishes and we can't find them, and then it becomes My Hero Zombieland or something. So we need to be real careful. And the thing is, we're all supposed to be on the same page. So I'm waiting for Frodo to get to me with his little teeth so I can pop him in his little mouth and let him know I don't play those type of games. We don't play that. You're not gonna pretend to do that. So he's running toward me, his mouth open, like that. Toshinori grabs him and picks him up and spins him in the air. And Frodo retracts his teeth and starts laughing. And then he puts him back down. And Frodo runs back to his toys and starts playing. And so, like, I look at Toshinori, I'm like, why did you get in the middle of us? And he's like, because I knew that you were going to pop him if he got close to you, and I didn't want you to pop him. I said, but you don't understand. This is my way of like disciplining him. I'm not going to allow him to do this to me. He's not going to pretend to scare me. He goes, he only does that if you react to him. I don't care. I don't care if he does this because I react to him. He's not going to do that. I don't want him to do that. So me and Toshinori, we started arguing back and forth. Honestly, it was our first argument, if I can say that, because I've never argued with Toshinori before about anything. Not really. I have argued with Keigo before, but I've never argued with Toshinori. So it was very different, and it was very. I was kind of angry, okay? I was really angry. And so, like, in the middle of our argument, the doorbell's ringing. And so, like, I go to the door and I just open it, and Endeavor walks in. And so we stop arguing, and he goes, everything okay? I heard like arguing. And I go, no, everything's fine. Frodo's over there, and he's like, come on, little lad. And he goes over and he takes Frodo's hand, and Frodo starts walking out with him. And I'm like, bye bye, Frodo, like this. And Frodo is my baby is bad. He's bad. And his behavior is not really getting better. So we're trying to devise what we should do. He's already been to the doctor. They've already evaluated him. He's not aggressive. He thinks he's just really doing that for attention. And but I don't tolerate it. I'm not going to tolerate it. And he won't dare do that with Endeavor. Okay, because Endeavor even told him, if you're gonna make your teeth come out, if you're gonna try to bite me, then maybe you need to wear a muzzle. And I did not agree with that at first. I was just like, oh, you're not putting my kid in a muzzle. But then I remember before we put a contraption over Frodo's mouth that was kind of like that. And that was because he was too young for us to really like communicate with him in a way that he understood, because he's still just like a little baby. Now Frodo is about to be 2. So he understands a little bit more, and he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing is scaring people. He knows that it's wrong. He knows not to do it. And all he has to do is stop pretending to bite someone and really bite them, and then what happens? What if he's just curious? He wants to see what happens when he bites, if he bites someone. Are they gonna, get upset? Are they gonna react? What if he just wants to get a rise out of them? Like, I don't know, like, my baby acts very much like a villain. He does. So then our argument goes from talking about Frodo to arguing about me living there. Okay? And I go, Toshinori, I cannot live here. Why can't you live here, huh? Why can't you live here? You can if you want to. Like, you're making excuses because you don't want to stay. You can be close to me all the time if you choose to, but no, you choose to be far away. You're choosing to do this because you decided to make this choice, even though you know that even though you know that you mean more than anything to me, even though you know that I think about you all the time because you're always there and you're never here with me. And I go, that's not really true. I'm always here with you all the time. I don't shift here as much as I used to, but I do when I can. And he goes, well, it's not the same. Toshinori, it's not the same because I am exhausted. Okay. I can't just shift there every single day. And then I said, okay, well, if I shift there more often, do you promise not to touch me? Do you promise to keep your hands to yourself? Do you promise not to, you promise you won't penetrate me or try and like get me off or try and, give me like 10 orgasms? Are you going to just let me be? Are you going to give me that kind of space? Because that's the only way I won't be tired. The reason why I stopped shifting there as much is because I'm so exhausted. It wears you out. He wears me out. Okay, he does. Kegel does the same, but Kegel does not complain as much as him about me being away. So, we got into a heated argument. We were yelling at the top of our lungs, and then he grabs me. He grabs me by like my shoulders, kind of like this. But then he's like caressing my shoulders. And he's like, oh, I could just kill you. But it feels so good, that caress. And I bite down on like his hand a little bit. I like kind of bite him. And he goes, did you just bite me? And I go, yeah, I did just bite you. And then, so then he's like, what if I bit you back? So then his mouth goes to my elbow and he bites there and he's like nibbling there. And then our full-fledged argument turns into a full-fledged angry makeout session. So now we're rolling around all over the furniture, all over the, table, all over the counter, knocking things down. He's dishing it out at me. I'm trying to dish it back. And then, so now he's like filling me up. He was like groping me. He's pulling up my dress. Oh yeah, I did wear a dress because let's face it. I mean, I did want to get lucky, but I wanted to be like on the bed. Like I wasn't planning on doing it out there on like the kitchen counter, but that's kind of what happened. He just like went like naked. So he's like pounding me on top of the counter and I'm like yelling and digging into his skin with my nails. I'm trying not to because I don't really want to hurt him, but I do want to hurt him to where he's like crying or screaming because I want to see a lot of discomfort. But I see it when he's like struggling to like reach his climax because I'm not giving him all of me. I'm like holding back because I can and because it's fun to watch him. Because it's there's such a thing when a guy can't go all the way in. He knows he can, but you're like not letting him. It is such a powerful feeling. Just watching him grovel. It's almost like he's trying to beg, but he doesn't want to say please because he knows that I'm the one in control. But it could easily switch around if he like flips me over. The whole game changes because now I'm the one trying to like. Now I'll be the one trying to like get him to back off, but then he can do it possibly like do whatever he wants because at that point it's kind of like how do I explain it to people who aren't used to doing this sort of thing? Like some of you probably are, but some of you probably aren't. Like I don't know how old you guys are. I try to keep my videos a little bit PG, but at the same time I try to give you guys enough so you can kind of get like an imagination, imagine and like kind of put yourself in this situation, sort of like that. So me and Toshinori are going at it on top of the counter, and I can tell he's trying to like turn me over because at that point, if he turns me over, it's like over for me. It's like game over. So I'm holding on to the counter. Both my hands are holding on to like the side of it, kind of like this, and I'm trying to be strong enough to hold on, but I'm losing my grip. And I know he's not gonna let me fall. If I let go, we'll probably both tumble to the floor. But then I can remain at control. But then I know he wants it. It's like it's a power struggle. Okay, we're both struggling for power. I don't want to let him win, but at the same time, he doesn't want to let me win either. I really don't stand a chance against him, but at the position I'm in, the reason he's not just because it's all my obviously he can just pick me up and just put me up against the wall and just you know have his way and it's over for me. It will be game over. Um, the reason why he's not doing that is because the position I'm in now, it feels great. And he knows that if he can get me, if he can get all the way in, it'll be like amazing. So he's trying to do that, but I'm holding on to the counter. But he also doesn't want to be too rough because he knows he can probably like bust me open. It's you know he can freaking bust me open. He weighs a ton. Look how strong he is, okay? He never goes full power. He might add a little more power, but he doesn't add that much because he has to be careful. He will kill me. Not saying it would be a terrible way to die, but I don't. No, I don't need to die like that. Sorry. There's other better ways to go. Well, is there a better way to go? I don't know. Anyway, and then there's a knock on the door, and honestly, like besides me knocking on the door, no one really knocks. Everyone rings the doorbell. So he stops midway, and so he's like, um, Toshinori doesn't like step away from me. He's still gripping my, he's still gripping my thighs, and he's still like in me. And he goes in a little further, but I'm like this, and in a strained voice, he's like, "Who's there? Who's at the door?" And I hear, "Oh, mate, I need to talk to you." And I go, "Shit, it's Midoriya." So Midoriya is outside the door, knocking on the door, and he goes, "Oh, it's open." So he twists the knob, and just as he's twisting the knob, Toshinori kind of like sort of drops me a little bit, and he like goes behind the counter. And so Midoriya doesn't actually come in; he's just standing there with the door like kind of swung open. And I know he just heard a big crash, and me and Toshinori are hiding behind the counter, like my clothes are kind of like ripped and torn, and he's like completely naked. And Midoriya goes, "Oh my, where are you?" And he's like, "Close the door back." And Midoriya is like, "What's going on? Do you need help?" He goes, "No, no, just stay back." He's like, "I need you to close my door. Give me 5 minutes and I'll come out and talk to you." And he goes, "Okay, I'll give you, okay, I'll wait." So Toshinori is like, "Come on." I'm like, "No." I'm like, no. I'm like, "I'm done. I have to go." He goes, "Oh, come on. You have to." He's like, "Come on, I need to finish." And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Your student is waiting for you. Go there, please." And so like I get ready to turn around to like, you know, basically like shift out and leave and say peace out. peace out of there and just like forget my clothes. Toshinori grabs me and he's like, Shh, Toshinori. So he's carrying me into the other room. I'm like trying to fight him a little to get him off me because I'm like, Midoriya is gonna freaking find out. And Midoriya disappeared from in front of the door, and I saw him go past the window. He didn't look like in the house, but if he had him, he would have seen me like my whole top half. And Toshinori carried me into the bedroom, and he's like, he opens the closet and he grabs out like a few items out of there. It doesn't even look like clothes; it just looks like regular items. But then he's like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna peace out. So I get up to like leave, and then he pulls me down so that like I'm on my freaking stomach. I'm like, damn it, now it's game over. This is what I was talking about, and it's all because Midoriya decided to come. Also, Toshinori's window was there. I'm hoping Midoriya doesn't peep into the window because he'll see me. He'll see us. So Toshinori is going at it really quickly. He's like, like he's like, like trying to keep my mouth. So I'm trying to stay so quiet and I have my face like in the pillow, and finally he's like, ugh, and he like comes everywhere. He's like, he fills me with his love milk, and I'm just like, and I like, it's like I open up like I don't know how to explain it. It felt amazing, but at the same time it was scary because like Midoriya was somewhere, like he wasn't at the window, but I knew he was somewhere around the house. There's no way he stayed in front of the door because I saw him walk past the window, so I don't know if you guys can see. My hair keeps like jumping down in front of my freaking eyes. I can't see anything. On top of that, I have the bright light shining directly into my face, which is fantastic. Absolutely love that. Um, so like after he does, he throws on a robe, which I'm like, okay. He's like, don't go anywhere. I'm not done. And I'm like, you're not freaking done? What do you mean? Like we just went at it for probably hours, and you mean you're not done? And he just filled me, dude. I think I've had enough of this. I'm gone. So he's I hear Midoriya in there talking to him in like the living room area, and I decide to leave and just come home and take a shower. So I call my guide. My guide ships me out of there. But I remember hearing him say like, "You can do it. I believe in you." And I'm just like, he's so like encouraging to his students. But when I got back here, I remember I felt relieved, but at the same time, I was still kind of like not really happy that we got into that argument over Frodo because I feel like he's not really taking it as serious as he should. Frodo knows better. He's doing that. He is doing that to scare you. Um, he's only doing that to get a rise out of you. But at the same time, I'm gonna play. I will pop you if you come to me with that nonsense. If you bite somebody, I will pop you. If you spit at somebody, you're getting popped in the mouth because you don't do that. Toshidori's excuse. I didn't want to see him get popped. Who cares? I'll freaking pop you. You want to be popped instead of him? Shoot. Like, I'm sorry, my baby is not a good baby. He acts like a villain. I don't want him to become a villain. I know he would never hurt me. I know that. But he don't play with me that way. Like, don't play with me that way. I do not appreciate that at all. And I think Toshinori knows how I feel about him. He knows how I feel about Frodo in general. Like, as far as knowing he's not going to grow up to be this villain, he's going to grow up to be this sweet, nice kid. If anything, I want him to be a hero because number one, we need him to be on our side. Endeavor understands that, but I guess Toshinori thinks of him as a normal kid. This is not a regular normal kid. Frodo was made to eat people. He was made to eat humans. Okay, that was his whole sole purpose. That was his whole soul goal. That was why he was made. It wasn't for the purpose of anything else. So Toshinori needs to get it through his head. He was there. He saw the madness. He needs to act like he remembers. Like, I should ask him, like, how much of it do you remember? Did you forget some parts or what? Do we need to explain it to you again or what? I don't think so. Anyway, guys, so just to let you guys know, I'll be doing another video probably next week or something like that. I'm starting to do them less and less. because I just become more busy. Um, if you guys were at Anime STL, don't forget, write in the comments if you were in like the fashion show or anything like that. I have friends in that too. Um, if you guys attended any of the panels, let me know which ones you went to. I hosted a panel at Anime Senpai, Hot Magical Girls versus Horror Genre. So I don't know if any of you guys attended that one too, because I had that one as well. So that is it for my video. When I go back there, Toshinori said he wasn't done, but as far as I'm concerned, he's done. He did what he did what I wanted. So next time I want to make him crumble, like I do. Gosh, if Toshin, you know what? If Midoriya had not interrupted us, I probably would have gotten my power struggle. Like I probably would have gotten what I wanted, and I wanted to see him beg, basically. Okay, I wanted to, but then he just ended up having to finish because he's just so. Oh my gosh, it was amazing though. I can't believe we had hate sex for the first time. It was so great. I've never had that with anyone. And he said he could kill me. I could kill him. You're so cute, I could kill you. You're so cute, I could kill you too. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you hated it, also don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when other videos like this one become available. Ding! And you know what, guys? I'll see you in the next video. Maybe it'll be sooner, maybe it'll be later. It really depends. I feel like I should go back twice to deal with the whole Frodo incident, but at the same time, I do need to go back again. Can't believe we got into an argument for me living there again. I cannot believe that, guys. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna end my video here. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye. See you in the next video.